What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, the PS5 Pro is real and real expensive. Star Wars Outlaws gets its first big patch, and Space Marine 2 is off to a great start. This is your Daily Fix. Sony has finally announced the worst kept secret in video games, the PlayStation 5 Pro. It costs $700, doesn't come with a disk drive or a vertical stand, and launches this November. PS5 lead architect Mark Cerny confirmed the mid-gen refresh during a PS5 technical presentation, in which he said the new console lets Sony give players the high frame rates they prefer. The GPU is much larger, ray tracing is improved, and there's custom hardware for machine learning, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR. Design-wise, the PS5 Pro lines up with the leaked information and images that recently hit the internet. Looks a lot like a PS5 Slim, but with stripes along either side. It's slightly larger than the Slim, but Sony hasn't shown it alongside a launch PS5. That $700 price tag does include a 2TB SSD, a DualSense wireless controller, and a copy of Astro's Playroom pre-installed. That's right, not the new Astro Bot game, the 4-year-old one, which comes included with non-Pro PS5. PS5 Pro is a diskless console, Sony clarified, with the option to buy the currently available disk drive for PS5 separately for around $80. And the stand is an extra $30 purchase if you want your PS5 Pro displayed vertically. PS5 Pro also launches with the latest wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7, in territories supporting this standard. The new console is out November 7th. Games that take advantage of the PS5 Pro features will include a PS5 Pro Enhanced designation within their title. Sample games that will be PS5 Pro Enhanced include Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and more. CNET, which went hands-on with the PS5 Pro ahead of today's announcement, reports the console supports VRR and 8K resolutions. I mean, the regular PS5 claimed that on the box too, and says up to 50 PS5 Pro enhanced games will be available by the November 7th launch. Other features include PS5 Pro Game Boost, which Sony says may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games is also available to improve the resolution on select titles. So we can end all the speculation about when or if Sony will unveil the PS5 Pro. It's real, and it's real expensive. Even if the hefty price tag is actually reasonable for what the console is, compared to what PC you could build for $700, the fact remains that 4 years into this console generation, there is barely any software that really takes full advantage of the launch PS5. The PS5 Pro tech demo showed off Star Wars Jedi Survivor's enhanced ray tracing, which is cool, but also Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes to PS4 next week. That's all to say, the PS5 Pro doesn't seem to be solving a problem, so it'll be interesting to see how much demand there is for it when it launches in a couple months. Speaking of Star Wars games, Star Wars Outlaws got its first major patch. Title Update 1.1.2 weighs in at nearly 2 gigs on PlayStation 5 and PC, and 2.25 gigs on Xbox Series X and S. The patch focuses on early feedback to address various issues and PC performance, as well as overall stability, Ubisoft said. Additionally, cross-progression and saves through Ubisoft Connect are now available. The highlight is an improvement to what Ubisoft called some challenging stealth moments. With this patch, it is now less likely to be detected while rolling, and the level of detection is adjusted depending on location. Creative director Julian Garrity had admitted Outlaw's instant fail stealth missions were incredibly punishing and signaled they would be fixed soon. He said, "I think it feels unfair, and believe it or not, this wasn't our intention. This is more of something that crept in the last week or so, and that we're correcting already for a patch that's coming out maybe in 10 days. That patch, out now, also means the old school cool trophy can now be unlocked for PS5 players so they can finally platinum the game." I've been enjoying Star Wars Outlaws, but its commercial performance is the subject of much debate. Last week, Ubisoft's share price plunged following the launch of the game, which some analysts predicted will come in below expectations. And this week, a minority investor in Ubisoft called on the company to go private as its share price fell further. Ubisoft has yet to comment. And finally today, Space Marine 2 launched properly yesterday, September 9th, after 4 days of early access, and soon shot to record-breaking success for a Warhammer 40k game. Saber Interactive's action game sequel arrives 13 years after its predecessor. It includes a campaign that can be played cooperatively, co-op-focused operations, and a PvP mode. Space Marine 2 saw a huge 24-hour peak concurrent player count of 225,690 on Steam, the highest peak ever seen for a Warhammer 40k game on Valve's platform. That's alongside a very positive user review rating. Indeed, Space Marine 2 is now the most played Warhammer 40k game or Warhammer game ever on Steam. To put the launch into context, Space Marine 2 knocked Total War Warhammer 3's 166,000 peak concurrence into second place. Of course, Space Marine 2's true concurrent peak will be even higher, given the game launched on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S as well. The expectation is Space Marine 2 will enjoy even bigger concurrence as it heads into its first weekend following the global release. Meanwhile, we also have details on what fans can expect from Space Marine 2's seasonal post-launch content. Season 2 runs from October until the end of 2024 and includes a new operations map, a new enemy, a harder difficulty level, a new weapon, and various other improvements. We gave Space Marine 2 an 8 out of 10. And that's your Daily Fix for Tuesday, September 10th. If you missed it, check out the PS5 Pro technical presentation. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.